Hello and welcome to Sonic Lore. For today's video, I'll be retelling the history of Sonic's most infamous villain, Mephiles the Dark. Long before Mephiles came into existence, he was originally a god who could control time named Solaris. Solaris itself was a white flame that was worshipped by the people of Soliana and guarded by the royal family. Everything changed though when the Queen of Soliana died. The Duke and his daughter Elise were heartbroken over her death. The Duke eventually came up with a plan that would allow him to see his wife again. It was called the Solaris Project. The project's purpose was to use the power of Solaris to travel back in time. With it, the Duke and Elise would be able to reunite with the Queen, and humanity would be able to rewrite their past mistakes. Deep inside the aquatic base, the experiment was underway. However, Solaris rejected the Duke's attempt to harness its powers. The containment device that held Solaris then exploded, causing Solaris to split into a small flame named Iblis and an oozing shadow named Mephiles. Mephiles tried to escape from the facility, but he was stopped when Shadow used Chaos Control to keep him frozen in place. After learning Shadow's name, Mephiles swore to get his revenge, and he was sealed in the Scepter of Darkness. Shadow left the scepter in the care of Elise and traveled back to the present. 10 years later, Shadow and Rouge came into possession of the Scepter of Darkness. While the two were on their way to deliver the scepter to a rendezvous point, they were intercepted by Dr. Eggman and a fight broke out. During the fight, Eggman caused Rouge to drop the scepter and break it. With his seal broken, Mephiles emerged from it and quickly got rid of the robots surrounding Shadow and Rouge. He then took possession of Shadow to create a body for himself. Mephiles reveled in the fact that he was resurrected thanks to Shadow. After introducing himself, Mephiles was curious if Shadow had forgotten him since he was unaware that he had met a Shadow from the future. Mephiles recalled his promise for revenge and enacted it by sending Shadow and Rouge into the future. After he dealt with Shadow, Mephiles traveled into the future and retrieved the Purple Chaos Emerald. While in the future, he used the opportunity to learn of Elise's death and Shadow's capture. Once he gained enough knowledge about the past, he formulated a plan that would cause Elise enough pain to make her cry. He appeared before Silver and Blaze after they had just defeated Iblis. He told them that there was someone who was responsible for the destruction of their world. After Silver demanded to know the identity of the one responsible, Mephiles led them to the database room. He told them that they would need to change the past to fix the future. Silver denied the possibility, but Mephiles revealed that he had the power to move through time. He then stated that they would need to eliminate the Iblis trigger to fulfill their goal. Mephiles pulled up records of when Elise died and then handed Silver his Chaos Emerald. When Silver knew who his target was, Mephiles used his power to send Silver and Blaze back to the past. Mephiles later appeared to Shadow before he could return to the present. Shadow quickly caught up to Mephiles and asked him if he was the one who caused the world to fall into ruin. Mephiles gave Shadow a vague answer, and then he summoned the future Shadow. He gave Shadow details about the events that led to his tragic fate in the future. He then tried to convince Shadow to join him in taking revenge on the world. After Shadow denied his offer, Mephiles transformed into his crystal form and attacked Shadow. Shadow managed to beat Mephiles after a brief fight, but Mephiles quickly recovered and knocked Shadow into a pillar. Before he could finish Shadow off, he was stopped by Omega. Mephiles fought the duo, but their combined strength was too much for him to handle. Before Shadow and Omega could capture Mephiles, he escaped to the present. After Mephiles reached his destination, he transformed back to his prior form and met up with Silver and Blaze at the train station. Silver asked him about the Iblis trigger, but Mephiles reminded him that the future would stay ruined if he didn't complete his mission. He then directed Silver to where Sonic went and left to achieve his own goal. While searching for a Chaos Emerald, Mephiles ran into Omega at Wave Ocean. Omega mercilessly attacked Mephiles, but his weapons couldn't harm him. Mephiles revealed to Omega that he was the one who sealed Shadow in the future. Omega attacked him again, but Mephiles simply laughed at Omega's ignorance and escaped. Mephiles' next destination was the Dusty Desert Ruins, where the next Chaos Emerald was hidden. He obtained the emerald just as Team Dark reached him. Mephiles tried to get Shadow to join his side again, but Shadow was aware of his real objective. Mephiles stated that he was disappointed in Shadow, then he used the Chaos Emerald to repel the group. After Team Dark defeated Mephiles, he turned back into a dark ooze. Shadow used the Scepter of Darkness to imprison Mephiles again, but he immediately broke out of his prison. He stated that when he absorbed Shadow's power through his shadow, the Scepter of Darkness could no longer hold him. Mephiles reformed into his crystal form, and then used the 2 Chaos Emeralds to duplicate himself. While Shadow dealt with the clones, the real Mephiles had escaped and went to Sonic's and Elise's location. Mephiles used the purple Chaos Emerald to blind Sonic, and then he killed him from behind. When Elise cried, Mephiles let out a triumphant laugh now that his plan had succeeded. Once Iblis' seal was broken, Mephiles used his emerald to summon the rest to him. He then used all of the Chaos Emeralds to fuse with Iblis and become Solaris again. Solaris began consuming all of time, but it was confronted by Sonic, Shadow, and Silver in their super forms. The trio defeated Solaris, and the timeline was reset by Sonic and Elise, thus ending Mephiles for good. And that's it for the character. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope you'll stick with me for more. If you like this, then, like, comment, sub, whatever. Anyways, thank you.